Hi, my name is David Perez. Today is day 5 of 4 weeks in the Word, where Paul says, "What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? By no means. Don't you know that when you offer yourselves to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves to the one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness? But thanks be to God, though you used to be slaves to sin, you have come to obey with your heart the pattern of teaching that has now claimed your allegiance. You have been set free from sin and now become slaves to righteousness." So what does Paul mean here? Let me illustrate it this way. Have you ever heard the phrase, "the things that you own end up owning you"? From your house to your cars, any toys that you might have for a hobby, all these things require maintenance and time and cleaning, and you end up becoming slaves to those objects. And that's much of what he's trying to say here. We become slaves to sin because that's what we choose. But because we were given grace, and we're not going to be held accountable for those sins because of the grace that Jesus has given us, does that mean we can just go on and keep sinning, keep getting more stuff? It's like you had a friend and you notice that he's out spending money all the time. He's buying you fun stuff, and you say, "What? Hey man, did you get a new job? Did you get more money?" He's like, "No, but they raised my credit limit on my credit card, so I'm good." That's not right, is it? You're gonna keep putting yourself in more debt even though it's gonna be paid off? That's what he's saying here. So you still become a slave to that object. You become a slave to sin. But when we turn ourselves over to Jesus and we give up that sinful nature that we were used to, we decide to obey righteousness. And that's what we become a slave to. Which just means that's what we're going to hold ourselves to, and what we are going to attach our heart to. I think that's what the word slaves here is meaning, is where we attach our heart. If you have all this stuff and you care for all this stuff and that's what you want, that's where your heart is. He says somewhere else, don't store up treasures on earth, where rust destroys. Store up treasures in heaven where rust does not destroy. Because where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So where's your treasure? Where's your heart? Is it in the sin? Are you going to be a slave to sin? Or is your heart with the one that gave us his heart and gave us his blessings and righteousness? Thank you.